All right, crafters, we are nearing the end of this 30-day craft room organization challenge. And to be honest, these last few days are probably my favorite as we get close to the finish line. So today's day 27, and we're going to be talking about labeling. If you know me or you've been to my house, you know that I have everything labeled. That the average person spends about 7 hours per week looking for things. That's 7 hours of my life that I want back. And to do that, I find that labeling is the easiest way for my brain to think in terms of categories. So today, I would like you to figure out what you need to label and how you're going to label it. So I'm going to be showing you some examples of things that I've labeled, and then I'm going to be talking about what products I use to label them. So when you get done today, make sure you head over to the Stamp with Cheryl Facebook group and post a picture of the favorite area that you've labeled during this 30-day craft room organization challenge. In addition, I want you to post a link to a product that you love that you would recommend to others in case they're looking for a way to label their supplies. All right, let me show you some ideas. The two label makers that I have, they're both Brother P-Touches, and I've had them for many years, but I haven't upgraded because they work great. You can see here, this is the one I use to label my embossing folders by type. I label my ink pads by color family, scraps by color. This is before of my DSP, and then I use the clothespin technique to label by the pack of by name. Here are my embellishments that I separated current from retired, my stencils that I labeled during this challenge. Your blending brushes could be labeled by color. Even my supplies that I have, I label all my drawers. My catalogs have been organized and labeled by year. You can get clear tape as well, so this is how I label my extra paper pumpkin pieces. Now another one that I have, I like because it prints smaller font. So that one I use to label my dies, my sponges, my blends by color. Another favorite tool that I use for organizing is the Cricut Joy. I actually just use the marker to label my cards by price. I also have a Crafty Cottage in Coatesville, and here you can see how I've labeled some of the doors so you know what's there. I also have a Cricut Joy Extra there. I even label the bathroom and all the kitchen cabinets so guests know where to find things. Next, I'm going to show you some things that don't involve a label maker of sorts. These were my embossing powders before I cut circles to label them by color. Here I have a bin where I file my scraps, and I like to use the Stampin' Up! Alphabet dies to label things. Here are some alphabets that I also use another set of the alphabet dies to label. Let me tell you about another one of my favorite ways to organize is using sticker paper. You see those labels over to the left? I print this page out of the catalog that had all the colors, and then I print it on sticker paper. Then I cut it out and I stuck it to my shelves. It's the same way I organized my ink spots. I made a template and then printed them on sticker paper. Here I just used a pencil to label my stickers by color on these dividers. Maybe you could label your stamps by theme or just label their prices. So I can't wait to see what you're going to label today, and make sure you post over in the Stamp with Cheryl Facebook group what you've labeled and what products you love.